find it really hard to talk about identity when there have been so many missing pieces in my life, when there has never been words or vocabulary as a child to explore my experience. When I was 3 years old, I found out I was adopted. My parents framed it in, your mother loved you so much that she gave you away. That they wanted a child so much. They wanted a baby daughter. That I was special, that I was chosen, and that they loved me very much, and I was theirs. There was no recognition for the fact that I had bonded with my mother in utero for 9 months, that from 18 weeks gestation, I could hear her heartbeat, hear her voice, feel her movement, and was taking on her emotions. There was no recognition for the fact that I lost my mother the day I was born. My parents believed that I was a blank slate, that they picked me up from the hospital at 6 weeks of age and changed my name, reissued my birth certificate, and I was now part of their family. There was no recognition for what I'd lost. It was 1973 when I was born, and there was no recognition of the fact that there was any psychological or emotional trauma in separating babies from their mothers. The societal narrative surrounding adoption only focused on what was gained by the adoptive family, gained by the baby, creating a sense of loyalty and obligation and gratitude. There was no space to explore what was missing, no room for that. As a child, I deeply yearned and longed for my mother, but I knew that in talking about this, it upset my adoptive mother. And I already carried the fear of rejection and knew how much my words were upsetting her. So I stopped talking about it and I buried these feelings. And to ensure that I was not rejected or abandoned again, I adapted to the role of their daughter. I became a people pleaser. I morphed and became a chameleon, fitting into different situations to ensure I wasn't rejected and to ensure that I belonged. I could tell by going into my friends' houses as a child that I was different, that there was a lack of attunement in my home. I could see how naturally things flowed with my friends and their siblings and their parents. And I knew that was missing. And I longed to have that closeness. Never truly felt that I belonged in the family that I grew up in, or that I ever felt I was where I never felt I was where I really wanted to be. My parents gave me everything, love and all the material needs I could have ever wanted, but it was never enough. I never had that attunement. I feel like my entire life I've chosen attachment over authenticity. I've adapted and morphed into who I thought people wanted me to be. So that I could belong, so that I could truly feel like I fitted in. Yet, I feel like it's been a lifelong search to belong and to know who I truly am.